Welcome back to another video, guys, and today we're talking about the PS5 Pro. Now, man, if you guys been watching me for a cool minute, you know that I am a Sony fanatic. I love PlayStation, always been a PlayStation head. About to play some Black Ops 6 after I make this video. I got my hat with my... Yeah, you already know what kind of timing we're on. But, man, the PS5 Pro came out today, and I just want to... It feels weird because usually times like this for a console is like really exciting when they're coming out with a new version of a console that's even more powerful. But in my opinion, you know, in all respect to Sony, even though they piss me off sometimes with the choices that they make as a company when it comes to the PlayStation 5, it's like, dog, we don't need a PS5 Pro. I mean, I get it. I kind of get it, but it's not worth jumping from, if you have a PS5 Slim or a PS5 or whatever, it's not really worth spending all that money to upgrade. And a lot of people don't have money to upgrade for the PS5 Pro. Like, number one, let's be real. It's hard for people to find a PS5. Well, right now, it's not as hard as it used to be. And some places are still out of stock for PS5s. So it's kind of weird. It's like, man, you guys don't know why people are still gaming on the PS4 Pro and the PS4. And then not only is Sony like confused on that, they also think that people have money to purchase a PS5 Pro when it's already hard to get the original console in the first place. And then they think people are going to spend more money to upgrade for a slightly better graphical output and a faster CPU or whatever, right? There's plenty of other videos out there breaking down the specs, people opening up the new PS5 Pro console, looking how it's all put together and all that great stuff. And unfortunately, I don't have a PS5 Pro to even get that deep into it, but the information is out there and you guys have probably already seen it. There's a bunch of talk about it, right? But I'm just kind of giving my opinion on how I think, like, Sony, you guys gotta low-key make some better decisions, and I feel like you guys have lost touch a little bit with what your consumers really want from you guys versus what you think they want. Me, a diehard PlayStation fan, hello. Well, Resident Evil's an Xbox as well, but you get what I'm saying. Come on, PS1, Resident Evil 1, 2, whatever. But, like, we love you guys because you guys make great exclusives, and you guys make great games, and you guys have very powerful consoles, right? And it's like, man, this isn't really needed. It's not needed. That we got all these remasters of games that already look great. I understand running a game at 60 frames or whatever, but still, remastering the Horizon Zero Dawn for the PS5, Horizon Forbidden West for the PS5, The Last of Us again being remastered for the PS5. It's exhausting. It's like, you know, it doesn't feel exciting, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate to this that have been playing PlayStation forever, or just games in general, man. Like, not only has this generation of consoles have been slightly, like, not slightly, there's been a lot of ups and downs to this generation on both sides. And it's sad because it's like, fuck, man, like, as diehard Sony fans, we all know what Sony fans and people that are playing PlayStation and even Microsoft, people that are on Xbox, we know what we want. But it's like the companies that are in charge don't know for some reason what the consumers want. And I find this very weird because why aren't you guys putting out surveys, right? And asking your fans directly, instead of studying trends and data and sales and all that, how about putting out a survey that actually asks your fans, hey, what do you guys want more of when you think of PlayStation, Microsoft, Xbox, Nintendo? Fuck Nintendo right now. I love Nintendo, but they're tripping, whatever. Sony and Microsoft. Mainly Sony, though. God damn, you guys are so disconnected from your fans, man. It's weird. I don't understand why there's no Bloodborne remaster. I know we saw how Prince of Persia went, right? A great game that got remastered that the fans were begging for. But since Ubisoft has a horrible track record over the past decade or so, nobody gave a shit. And nobody came out to buy it. I mean, people bought it, but, like, Bloodborne, we give a shit. The fans, we care. Like, where's the Bloodborne remaster? Where's other games that deserve, like, some more love from PlayStation Studios or studios that are attached to PlayStation? It doesn't make any sense. It's like we're getting everything that we don't want, that nobody asked for. And I respect all the developers out there that work really hard on these games and that work on these remasters, but it feels like the people that are really in charge of how shit gets rolled out and put out to consumers, they are so disconnected from what people really want out here, bro. It's crazy. The only way you buy this console is if you have not got a PS5 and you're finally ready to jump in because you have the money, or you're just ready to jump from Microsoft to Sony, whatever the case may be. Then maybe you'll be like, you know what, I'll bite the bullet and get the best gaming experience possible, even knowing that the experience is not that much of a difference from the PS5 Pro and the regular PS5. It's kind of like the Apple thing, where Apple releases a fucking iPhone and then releases another one 10 months later, 12 months later, and it's slightly, just slightly better, and they're charging up the ass for it. It's ludicrous. There's no way that you can shape this and try to convince me that the PS5 Pro is a smart buy. I would like to see what you guys think in the comments, but there's no way that you can convince me that there's a reason to be buying a PS5 Pro if you already have a PS5 and the games already look fantastic. Also, your TV kind of makes a difference with, you know, colors and resolution and things like that. But that's another topic for another time. We're mainly talking about the PS5 Pro here, and I'm kind of just ranting and yapping, to be honest. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of videos or few videos, because I really care. As you guys know that have been subscribed and following me, which I thank you guys for, but you guys know I really care about this shit, man. I really care about Sony, and I really care about PlayStation and how we are able to get access to games and great gaming experiences. That's really important to me. And I'm not the smartest tool in the shed when it comes to the business side of Sony and Microsoft and all this stuff and whatever they got going on, right? But there's certain things that we know as fans where it's like, dog, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you're Sony, you're PlayStation, you made the PS1, 2, 3, 4. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? So it's really confusing when you got people that are like jumping up and down for these consoles or defending Sony to the point. And I love Sony. I will die on the hill of Sony. But people that are like, no, the PS5 Pro is like, it makes sense. It really doesn't make sense at all. Like, it doesn't. And it's sad because it also doesn't feel as special that we're getting a new PlayStation console. When the PS4 Pro came out, that was very exciting because there was a difference from the PS4 going into the PS4 Pro, excuse me. But this right here is just like, goddamn. And I also think that we have hit a fucking graphical ceiling. Like, it can't get that much better. If you are playing games, right? The only way you're getting an insane difference on graphics is if you're on PC, and that PC is going to be expensive. If you care that much about the output, the graphical output and the resolution and the frame rate of the games that you're playing. Other than that, the shit doesn't really matter as much. I understand for some people it does, but for most consumers, it doesn't. We want to just play the game, and the game already looks great, yada, yada, yada. But this is like a really weird time to me, because in 2 years, are we getting a PS6 announcement or what's going on? And it's just like, Sony's in this weird spot where it's like they're just so disconnected, and it sucks, man. It sucks. But don't get me wrong, there's games out there that are great. There's games to play that are great that you don't need a PS5 Pro to play on. Astro Bot is a great game. Just sold over 1.5 million units. That is fucking successful. Love Astro. Love Astro Bot. I do not mind Astro Bot replacing kind of being the mascot of PlayStation and replacing my boy Sackboy. All good things come to an end, right? Shout out Little Big Planet, shout out Media Molecule, shout out Sumo Digital. Not sure what happened there. The video cut off. Sony gods hate me or whatever, but I'm just kidding. But you guys get what I'm saying. Shout out Little Big Planet. Astrobot's a great game, selling over 1.5 million units is fucking insane. That's beautiful to see for PlayStation. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, the PS5 Pro does have some great ass features. I mean, like, you can run games at 120 frames, but you are sacrificing graphics for frame rate, which kind of sucks because I feel like at this day and age in gaming, all games should be at 60 frames, right? In my opinion, like, they should always be running at 60 frames. And it even has a mode where, like, there's a hidden feature kind of that was really talked about like a couple days ago. Some people got their hands on the console like hella early and shit, so they were able to see some of the features already. And there is a feature where if you're playing a PS4 game on the PS5 Pro, you have image enhancement, which basically just increases the resolution a little bit and makes the picture and some of the visuals much more clearer and sharper, so they're not as fuzzy up close. They're more pretty to see, right? But that's only in a handful of games, and it's still not that much of a difference from the PS4 version and the PS5 version of the game. It's not that much. Like, it's weird. It's weird. And also in other news too, Tony Todd just passed away. R.I.P. That was my uncle, by the way, for those that don't know, on my my grandpa's side of the family. He was a horror movie icon. He also voiced Venom in Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac Games. So my heart is a little heavy while making this video. So I'm trying my best to stay, you know, positive and optimistic, but it does suck. I got to meet him one time before he passed away at CreepyCon last year in September. It was really cool. We had a really big hug and very inspiring. I think that's where a lot of us in my family, we get our love for horror and scary and creepy, gory shit. We get it from that side of the family. So RIP to a true legend and a GOAT. I love you. Rest in peace. More like, not to end everything on a sad note, but yeah, I know I'm just over here yapping about the PS5 Pro and how Sony doesn't care about their consumers that much. And I'm talking about that, but I had to put that in there because I just found out the news today. It just happened today, about maybe 2 hours ago. The news hit social media and I couldn't believe it. So I was like, fuck. But yeah, at the end of the day, I am a yapper. I am the professor at Yap University, and I'm not going to hold you. I am still going to play my PlayStation and enjoy my console because I love PlayStation. But Sony, you guys are screwing up in some places, and I think you guys know that. Some of y'all don't care because some of y'all are only there for money, and I feel bad for the people that do care and they don't get to say so because the people above them just want to see quarterly earnings and they don't give a fuck about the games or the consumers and what the people want that actually spend money on your shit, which is very expensive in this economy, by the way. $70 games are fucking expensive. Very fucking expensive. So excuse my language, but god damn, bro, like controllers are almost 80 bucks. Fucking the PS5 Pro was $1,000 bajillion dollars. Deluxe versions of games are $100, $120. Fuck, man, whatever. But you know, that's just my thoughts real fast on the PS5 Pro. I hope Sony gets it together with certain things. You know, I do feel optimistic for Sony in the future. PlayStation, love y'all to death. Love y'all to death. But yeah, I think they kind of dropped the ball on this one. I'm not going to lie. If you agree with me or disagree with me, and if there's any key information that you think I might have missed out while I was yapping about the PlayStation, please let me know in the comments. I love you guys. I will be working on more content and uploading more consistently. And I am streaming on Twitch. So if you want to follow me on Twitch and jump in while I play some Black Ops 6, some Cyberpunk, some Final Fantasy 16, we're going to be running some Alan Wake 2. We're going to be running quite a handful of games. So jump on twitch.tv/Dylan Switzerland. Like, comment, subscribe. If you think I'm trash, let me know in the comments. If you love me, thank you. Appreciate it. And all my friends that do watch my videos, I love you guys. And by the way, Determination, my EP is on all streaming platforms. It's called Determination by Dylan Switzerland. Love you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. RIP to Tony, Todd, and I'm out. Mwah.